Yo, still bills, what's the deal, man? We off work. It's Tuesday. I'm about to head to pick up my babies and get on home, man. But peep game, let's get into this shit, man. I want to talk about Shakur Stevenson and his fight with Joshua Padley on Saturday. Man, listen, you can have your reserves about Shakur Stevenson, right? You can think he's boring. I don't see anything wrong with what people were saying about him. I honestly don't. The dude is a pure boxer, and when you watch a Shakur Stevenson fight, you know what you're gonna get. You know what you're gonna get. You're not about to get no knockouts. You're not about to get none of that shit. You're gonna get a boxing clinic. You're gonna get elite level boxing, elite level IQ, boxing acumen, defensive specialist. That's what you get when you look at a fight with Shakur Stevenson. You're not gonna get knockouts. You're not gonna get knockouts, man. But he's trying to give you that. He's trying to add entertainment value to his fights. Especially considering what he said, after what was that, the De Los Santos fight? Or the Alatunian fight? I'm not sure, but when he said, fuck the fans. I think that right there is really, I think that's kind of crippled him in the eyes of the fans. Like, yo, man, fuck the fans. My nigga, if it's not for us, you ain't getting the millions of dollars per fight that you get. It's us that's bringing that type of value to you. And for you to say, fuck the fans, is like, yeesh, yeesh. It's like, but what people are also, what people are failing to realize about this fight is this, man. Padley was only, 2 or 3 days notice before the fight went down. And this is what's all, even speaking to Joshua Padley, what's dope about him is taking the risk is, this is why fighters who, shouldn't take the position that they're in for granted. You dig? There's still fighters out here who have a 9 to 5. You dig? With him, he was an electrician. That's a real, that's a real good trade to have at your disposal. That's a real good trade to have at your disposal. So he's able, to fend for himself, push come to shove. He'll always have that ace in the hole to be able to, provide for his family. But I'm sure if he had it his way, he'd like to be a full-time fighter. And for Turkey to give him that opportunity, we're gonna get you a house, we're gonna put $500K in your pocket, and we're gonna bring you back to Riyadh season. I think that's a dope thing right there. That shit is dope. That's it. That you gotta salute that. You gotta salute that. And this is why you put yourself in position and you stay dedicated to your craft. You don't get on no Hollywood bullshit. Sometimes you gotta dive into the deep end. And he saw an opportunity. He saw an opportunity to not just fight Shakur Stevenson, but Shakur Stevenson is a sitting world champion. I get a title shot on top of fighting a pound for pound fighter. Oh yeah, I had to take this moment. And he did it. Manny Pacquiao is the last person that I can think of that had only 2 or 3 weeks notice, if that, to prep for a fight, and that rocket propelled him into superstardom. So when you get these opportunities, you have to take them. You have to take them, man. The same preparation that you have for this individual right here, he has for you. At this point in time, it's just about, who has the sharper sword. You dig? I don't have the game plan because I didn't know I was fighting you until recently. You dig? It be like that. You dig? You don't have an opportunity to game plan and prep for a motherfucker. You just got to go in there and go for what it is that you know. And he did that. He took that opportunity. He capitalized on it. And now he's in a position where he can make a multi-millions of dollars off of just simply being a dude who was able to be available, in that man's time of need. You dig? So fuck all these Hollywood ass fighters or whatever the case may be who want to play Hollywood. No, bro, because there are fighters who aren't as fortunate as you, who have to work a 9 to 5 to support themselves, and for you to just be tricking off fucking. We ain't even gonna get into that, man. Shout out to Joshua Padley. Shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh for sending them that bag or whatever, man. Sending them that care package. You gotta salute that. A free house and a fucking $500K in your pocket. Oh shit, we gonna pay this house off in no time. Salute like a motherfucker, man. But it's not like Shakur had, he had his pick of the litter, like who he could choose to fight, man. Turkey Al-Sheikh is the one. He handpicked him. And with him handpicking him, he did. It's not like he had a choice in who to and who to pick or who to select that he wanted to fight. He said, "We're gonna get him up here. I bet that. Let's run it. Let's line that up." They lined it up, and that's just what that is, man. And it wasn't really too much to the fight. If I'm being real, I didn't see too much of the fight. I didn't see too much of it. I tell you, I ain't gonna cap. I went into, I went upstairs. I hopped in the shower because I'm like, yo, I'm filthy. I gotta get in the shower. And I did use that fight to take a shower, but I came back down to catch the fight, and it was just the same song and dance all over and over again, man. Depositing shots to the body, and they paid dividends. Paid off in the 9th round. We got what we get from Shakur. Every fight from Shakur Stevenson, you're gonna get immaculate defense. You're gonna get minimal counter punching from dude. You're gonna get dude trying his best to impose his will, but this dude's cat-like reflexes and defensive prowess is just not gonna allow him to overexert for Shakur to overexert himself trying to protect himself because he can't see where the shots are coming from. This dude is that defensively immaculate, man. So the fuck? Okay. So yeah, man, it's the same song and dance with Shakur Stevenson, man. And that's what we got from him. And he eventually got the stoppage. And people are going out of their way to denigrate this dude for taking him 9 rounds to get rid of him. As if we don't know that Shakur Stevenson isn't a knockout merchant. Like, this is surprising or some shit like that. So y'all was expecting him to go in here and knock this dude out in 5 or 6 rounds. Y'all was expecting him to do that. When y'all know that punching power is just not one of his strong suits. Knockout capabilities is just not something that is just not in him. Shakur Stevenson is not going to be he's not going to have no 50% KO ratio. It's not going to happen. He'll get a knockout every now and again, but he's not about to go in here and just be outlining niggas in chalk like that. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And y'all are using that as a reason as to why he shouldn't fight y'all know who, Waleed. And I just think that shit is just nasty, filthy fucking work, man. Just disgusting. It's like, yo, man, y'all niggas are some cocksockets, if you ask me, bro. That shit is corny. I just don't get how y'all can sit here and be mad at somebody who, for not doing what it is that he's incapable of doing. Now, I get the fans and everything booing him or whatever. I get that. I honestly do. Because you can't sit here and say fuck the same people who supplement you. You can't do that. Financially supplement you. You can't do that. You're way out of bounds for doing that shit, man. You're way out of bounds. And he should come back and apologize on behalf of it. Like, yo, man, I fucked up, my bad. If he hasn't already done it. You dig? But his antics have caused him to be a villain. Tweeting everybody. A lot of people get irritated when they have a problem with athletes tweeting and everything. I personally don't. Because to me, that is telling me, yo, these are still human beings. They see you say some slick shit online, they're going to address it. Why do they have to be this, I'm above this because I'm in a higher tax bracket? Nah, my nigga, that's not how it goes. It's not. Donald Trump will get on Twitter and troll the shit out of you, and he's the president of the fucking country. You mean to tell me that shit is above Shakur Stevenson? No. That shit is above Kevin Durant? No. Y'all niggas is slandering me. I'm about to get on here and defend my name. Y'all got me fucked all the way up, my nigga. Oh, fuck out of here. So I don't take issue with that, but a lot of people do. A lot of people feel like, yo, man, you spending too much time on Twitter than you are in the gym, which ain't necessary. I mean, shit, you could go to your phone and be on Twitter. It ain't like you got to sit down at a computer, turn the computer on, wait for that shit to load all the way up. You don't got to do that. It's as simple as you on your phone. Your phone is, always open to you. It's as simple as you clicking on the icon on your fucking screensaver or on your main, on what they call that, on the main screen, and boom. You're on Twitter. Boom, you're on Facebook. Boom, you're on Instagram. Boom, you're on Snapchat. Boom, you're on YouTube. It's as simple as that. So I don't mind that he's on Twitter. That shit don't bother me, man. You could be on. I've sent text messages out and Facebook statuses out while I'm at the gym. This dude is a professional fighter, man. A professional pugilist. You think he's in the gym the same amount of time that I'm at work? This dude will put 8 hours a day in at the gym. You don't think he's going to take a break from that and send out a tweet, respond to a multitude of niggas' tweets before he get back on the bag, get back on the mitts, get back to his road work? What about the downtime he got after he leaves the gym and he go home and he on the sticks? What about then? You dig me? So nah, I'm not mad at it at all, man. I'm not mad at it. I get it, man. I definitely get it. But he does need to come back and rectify him talking about fuck the fans. But y'all niggas also have to understand that this dude is not about to be knocking niggas the fuck out. It's not gonna happen with him, man. It's not gonna happen with him. It's not gonna happen with him. But he's at least putting up. He's at least trying. He's making the attempt to going off a nigga head. He's making the attempt to do that. He's making an attempt to step into the pocket. He's working on his inside game. He's not tap dancing from the outside. He ain't running like he did in there with Edwin De Los Santos. And even then, his hand was broke, so he was limited to what it is that he can do. His stock has taken a hit. His stock has taken a hit, but it's also not helping that a lot of these dudes ain't looking, they're not looking in his direction. And shame on a Frank Martin for saying the dumb shit you said, my nigga. Wow, you got a lot of nerve, bruh. You got a lot of nerve. You got a lot of nerve. Y'all was pretty much locked in for a fight, and you went the other way. Now, granted, you went and you fought Tank, so the ends did justify the means. They justified the means. They definitely did. But you still found a way to swerve this dude. You still found a way to swerve this dude. So you're not at liberty to sit there and pop off the way that you popping off, man. That's that Erickson Lubin shit when he got the popping off about Tim Tszyu getting knocked out by Brock Brown. Who are you to sit here and joke and kick a nigga when he down when you got out of the way of fight? You managed the way to get out from this dude's scope. But now you feel you on the outside of the fence while niggas is in the middle of the street brawling now. You on the outside pointing at the inside. Damn, that nigga just got knocked the fuck out. Why couldn't you do it? Why couldn't you go in there and knock him out? Why couldn't you go in there and beat him and punish him for his brittle hands? You know, like you dudes are some weirdos, man. You dudes are some weirdos, man. So shout out to Shakur Stevenson, man. I see what it is you're trying to do. But that, it's not gonna be who he is. He is a boxing purist. He is a personification of a boxer. You're not gonna get hella highlights from watching Shakur Stevenson. You're not. Shakur Stevenson is at 35 what Floyd was at 147 pounds. That's just a fact. That's just a fact, man. So keep doing what you're doing, man. Shout out to Shakur. Shout out to Joshua Padley. And another thing, if his hands are so brittle, it should be no reasons as to why y'all shouldn't go in there and fight this dude. Especially a William Zepeda, who I personally think has the style to beat Shakur. I'm not saying that he beat Shakur. I'm not saying that. But he has the style to beat Shakur because of his work rate and his activity. He has the style. He might have the best shot at beating Shakur more so than any other fighter in that division because of his work rate, because of his output. 600. I'm never gonna forget this nigga threw 600 punches against fucking Hester, Bracito Hester. I think that's his name. 600 punches in 6 rounds. That dude was on his way to throwing 1,000 fucking punches for that fight. You have the style to beat Shakur Stevenson. Not saying that you will, but you have the style. It's hard to defend yourself against 10 punches coming at you. Something is going to slip the guard. Split the guard. Once you start getting the niggas' patterns down and you start, it starts wearing on you when you got to get, consistently bend at the waist to get to the side of the shot. That wears on you. And you ain't got the snap to keep me honest neither. I can't see the shots coming, but whatever it is, it ain't like I'm not at risk of getting knocked out in front of a Shakur Stevenson. And I got the work rate to trouble him and possibly beat him. There's no reason why you should be running from him. So if his hands are that brittle, that should be more of an invitation for y'all to get y'all head out y'all ass and go holler at dude. Straight up and down, man. But if y'all using this fight because of how boring it was to y'all as a reason to swerve Shakur, that shit is corny, man. That shit is lame. That shit is lame. That shit is lame as fuck. Joshua Padley is not, he's not as seasoned as these other fighters at 135 pounds. He's not. And y'all gonna use that as an excuse. Y'all gonna laugh at that. Y'all laugh at him on Twitter but y'all won't step in the ring and fight him. Y'all bang on him on Twitter, but y'all won't step in the ring and fight him. That is some busted shit, man. Get in there and run that shit with that dude, man. That nigga has a title. Y'all don't want to be champions. Y'all don't want to be unified. Williams and Payton is right fucking there. On the cusp of being the title, yo, at least being in a position to fight for a title. At least being in a position to fight for a title. And y'all don't want to take the opportunity, man. Raymond Mutataya gonna fuck around and fight Keyshawn Davis or whatever. Like, y'all have a better chance against Shakur because, well, I won't say a better chance, but y'all don't the risk of y'all getting hurt in there with Shakur, it wanes in comparison to fighting the Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn is gonna hurt one of y'all. Keyshawn is gonna hurt one of y'all. So why you may as well just go and get that work with Shakur Stevenson, man, because y'all not getting the Tank fight, the Waleed fight. Stop acting stupid with Shakur, man. And stop using that bullshit ass. You know, don't sit there and laugh at no more fucking Shakur, Brody. Don't sit there and laugh at that dude because y'all didn't like how the performance. Don't sit there and laugh at you. Go fight him. You get no respect for sitting up there laughing at him when you ain't trying to fight him. Shout out to Shakur, man. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson. Shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh for dropping that care package off to Padley. Shout out to Joshua Padley for taking a chance on himself and grasping the opportunity of a lifetime. Because that right there is going to pay dividends. And he could fuck around and be a potential player at 135 pounds. We'll see how it goes. I'll bet you he'll have some looks. I wouldn't be surprised if they got him in there with the Andy Cruz. I wouldn't be surprised if they got him in there with a Tevin Farmer or Mutataya. I wouldn't be surprised at that at all. Wouldn't be surprised if they got him in there with Williams and Payton. Wouldn't be surprised. Those are top dogs. I love it. Stop being bitch made. Y'all get in the ring. Y'all run that shit with Shakur Stevenson, man. Niggas is weak. Niggas is marks out here, man. So I'm babbling by this time, man. So, yeah, man. That's all I got to say about it, man. I'll get with y'all later. Doses.